Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19. We're just finishing up this field now. We've not got very much left at all on the contract. So that one is going to go to there. I don't think... No, it's not. It's the angle is too much on the triangle there. So we've got left on this contract here 3%. And I'm hoping our 400 kilos of fertilizer will be enough. Now, I would really like very soon to get started on a super hardcore series. I really want to get back to that one. So to that end, I downloaded the latest FDR logging map. Now, hang on. I just want to have a look here because I want to see how we're doing with this. Yeah, that needs lime. You know, I think that's going to be just fine there. Right, we'll press H and we'll let that one carry on there. 400 litres of fertilizer. Is it going to be enough? Oh yeah, I can see the edge of it now. We are slightly missing the edge, but that's fine. It'll carry on up through there. Really hope this is going to be enough. Got a strip there. 98. It's going to be touch and go. It's definitely going to be touch and go on whether it's going to be enough. But I think it will. And I think it'll do it before it gets to the end of the field. I downloaded the FDR logging map Grizzly Hills from fdrlogging.com, I think it is, and I've had a look at it. I like the look of the map. It does look good. However, it does have a contract has finished. Okay, we press H and we stop that, and we get off the edge of the field. One major problem I got with the map at the moment, though, is there are no sell points for animals or any animal products. There are no sell points for any crops of any kind whatsoever. There are no sell points for anything other than logs and wood chips. And the whole point of the Super Hardcore Let's Play series is that we have a map that has no fields on it whatsoever, so nothing like this. And we have to build up from scratch. Now, I do like the fact that you've got to buy the land to start with. So, you know, that's kind of a good thing. However, when you go to the map to buy... Let me just collect this one a minute. So there's another 30 grand to go into the kitty, which is fan-schmastic. You know, I'm thinking we could go with this one here. Field 4. There's another 20 grand if we do Field 4. Field 4 is right there. What's the others we've got? We've got Field 11 is 18,000. That's 9.2 hectares. That's 10 hectares. So we could go and do another one. Let's head back down to the dealership a minute, and we will get some more fertilizer. We'll load up with fertilizer completely, and then we can get up there and we can do another couple of contracts, which they're both big contracts, so they're both lots of money. I really want to do the Super Hardcore series, and soon. What I didn't like about the FDR logging map at the moment is that it's one big purchase, and you buy all the land. I don't want that. I want individual sections. You know, have that map, but have it divided up into 20 or 30 different 30 sections would be pretty good. I mean, this map here, this one's divided up into, what, 26 sections? Something like that. It might be more than that even, because a lot of these aren't actually numbered with fields. So we got a lot of them. So, I mean, if it was divided up into squares and you said there are 40 squares and each square costs a set amount of money or something like that, even something simple like that, so that it's like you haven't got varied amounts going through it and it's just a set amount for each chunk of land, something like that, I don't know. But I thought that would be quite cool, because you'd have to work a lot harder in order to be able to get the land. As it is at the moment, you start off, you buy all the land, you've got the whole map, and it's yours for less than $500,000, which is what you start off with no matter which mode you're in. So it's actually fairly easy to get going. And we don't want that. It's supposed to be a super hardcore series. So what I want is to have to buy the land in sections, or at least have the option to buy it in sections or something like that. I figured that would be quite a cool way to be able to do it. So let's get 3 bags a minute. 2 and 3. There we go. Right. This is actually going to leave us with a little bit of fertilizer left over, I think, isn't it? I'm just going to load them up like this at the moment. Oops. I don't want to do that. And there, I was going to lower it down. So we're at least, you know, if we're shoveling this in with a bucket, we've at least sort of got a little nod towards realism by doing it like this. So Yeah, and there's also no sell points on the map. There is no sell point for crops, there's no sell point for any animals, there's no sell point for milk or anything like that, there's no biogas plant. So we got a serious lack of sell points of any kind, which means that even if we do sort of go with that, and we go with the fact that we own all the land right from the start, which is what we did in the last series. You know, admittedly, we did have that as the thing in the last one. I'll accept that contract right there. You know, so we could do that, but we've got nowhere to sell any crops. And I did a very quick search. I haven't really found any placeables that will buy a load of stuff and placeable biogas plants yet, but admittedly I didn't look very hard. So I was kind of thinking, I looked at the map and I thought, well, the map itself looks good. So, you know, maybe we could start the Super Hardcore series this week, but that's not going to happen, unfortunately. I am hoping that we will very soon be able to start working towards some updates and, well, not updates, some new maps and stuff like that. So I want you to start looking out for any map that might be suitable for a Super Hardcore series. I want to be able to have... basically, I'm looking for a logging map to start with. That's what we're going to need, really, isn't it? In order to make this work properly. I mean, if there are maps that have got a load of fields on them instead, maybe we could work with that and... we'll try something different with it. You know, for the first Hardcore series, we could try something a little bit different. We could go with a map that is already built. The fields are already laid out. But, obviously, we don't own anything. We're going Super Hardcore. And we will have one parcel of land that doesn't have any fields, if we can. And we will have one chainsaw. And that's what we will start with. And we will kind of work from there and try to expand from that and work our way up towards owning a load of land. And the simple rules that we would use for the Hardcore series, number one, obviously, would be no leasing. We said that in our last one. When we did the last one, we said there was absolutely no leasing. We weren't going to lease any machinery whatsoever. So that one's a given. We would no leasing whatsoever. If we can't buy it, we can't have it. Simple as that. The other one is if we're going to do it on a map that's already got fields existing so that we've got access to all the sell points that we might want later on, then we absolutely cannot do any contracting work. The contracting work is out. That is a source of income that we would not be using. So if we were to use those rules and keep those rules as hard and fast rules no matter what, no loans, no leasing equipment, and no doing any contracts, what I would need to do is... Now, the one thing is that the loan does get maxed out, doesn't it? But we wouldn't want to get a loan later on. So what I would do is I would buy one chunk of land, remove all the rest of the money, and max out all the available loan available to start with, so that we've got loan repayments that we've got to pay. That makes it more difficult because you've got these loan repayments you're having to pay. We can't lease any machinery at all, except I am wondering if maybe we should do the whole thing with the forklift. Let me just leave that one there, and we're going to go to this one. This is what I want to do today. We want to get this going. So let's open this one up and start filling you up. Lime, start. Right. If we do that, we would need, we could max out the loan, but I'm wondering if we should get the Manitou forklift and put that at the dealership of whatever map we're going to use and have that one on permanent hire. So we do have a bit of a hire charge on that one, which is another expense that we've got continually going out as well as paying our loan. And you could look at the loan payment each day for the forklift that's at the dealership not actually being a loan payment for, a lease payment for the Manitou. What it is instead, because the only thing that we would be starting with in the Hardcore series would be we would own one chainsaw. That's it. That's all we would own, is one chainsaw. Nothing else. We own absolutely nothing else whatsoever. So the payment that goes out each day, that's fuel for the chainsaw. We could just say that that is the cost of the fuel for the chainsaw and the oil and stuff like that. I don't know. What do you think? So give me your thoughts and suggestions about the Super Hardcore series. I know a lot of you really liked it. I'm actually really keen to get started on it. And I was looking at the FDR logging map, and, you know, I was quite excited about it. I was thinking this is going to be really good. And I was quite disappointed that it doesn't have any other sell points. So I'm hoping that they will add that in. We know that they did later on with quite a few of their maps, actually. They did listen to what a lot of people wanted with their logging maps in FS17, and they added in all the necessary sell points to be able to create a full working farm. So I'm hoping that they would do the same again. We'll have to wait and see. There's nothing else for it. It's literally just a case of wait and see. Now, are we going to be able to spread on this field with this one without messing up our crop? Is the wheels that we've got on here, are they going to be acceptable? I don't know. They are. That's good. Right. Well, that's a step in the right direction, at least. So what we want to do today is we want to spread lime on our field with the great big wide spreaders. We've missed a chunk out there on the side. You can see lime is cheap, right? Lime was very cheap. We didn't pay very much for it. But you can see from this that it uses up very fast. It uses up extremely fast when you're spreading this stuff on the field. So you do have to kind of be careful with it. It's quite easy to accidentally go and waste a whole load of it, and we don't want to do that. Definitely don't want to go wasting a load. I'll bring you in over here. But what we do want to do is we want to spread all of our land with lime. So that's going to be our first thing that we're doing today. I have another mod that I want to look at as well, which I thought is pretty good. A lot of you have been... I've had suggestions from... probably 5 or 6 different people have linked me this same mod, begging me to have a look at it and saying it's really good and you've tested it. I've been getting lots of mod suggestions from lots of you, which is absolutely awesome. I really do appreciate it. I love all of these mod suggestions coming in. I'm starting to get a chance to have a look at some of them as well, which is also really good. And I'm hoping to get more and more of them into our gameplay. But right now, today, I want you to get me some maps. I want you, those of you who are particularly good at sniffing out these mods, I want you to get me some maps. I want to have a look at a few different maps that you think might be suitable for our first Super Hardcore series. We are probably not going to be able to have a dedicated logging map, unfortunately, because... it's just not really a thing that is going to happen. And I can accept that. That's fine. We can sort of work with that. I know I just wasted a bit of this when I went across between the two fields, but I'm comfortable with that. I can live with that. So let's just bring you back round here. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to have this one going up across the field. We will go to about here, I think. And I'm going to press H on here. The reason being, I want to do this. I want to grab a screenshot that I think looks pretty good, that sort of showcases what we're doing. So if I look up like that, so we're sort of looking down, I think we've got it. Right. I will... actually, I'm just going to let the hired help do this. Straight up and down here a minute. Maps. That's what I was talking about. Maps. So I will look at some different maps that people suggest. I know that there are several maps now coming out. Some of them are pretty good. Some of them less so. There's a map in testing we know from, I think somebody said it was Bullet Bill has got one, or else it's Dave, the guy who did Sandy Bay. Can't remember the rest of his name. Do apologise, Dave. Can't remember the rest of your name. But anyway, from Sandy Bay fame, he has a map in testing. I think it's him. It might be Bullet Bill. It might be. It's one or the other. But there is a map in testing from one of them, and once that one's done, obviously there's going to be a lot of people all over that. We've got the Grizzly Hills map, like I said, does look good, but I'm not going to be playing that one yet. I'm going to wait until that one has got some new options on it. It's not going to be suited to what we want. We're going to want a map that will allow us to do a lot more. Right, I'm just going to stop that one there because he's slowing down for some strange reason. So we will speed up a bit and go to there like that. And then we will go back round. We're going to have to go and get another load of lime in order to be able to finish this off. So I'm just going to run up here. So we've done one field. We've got lime all across this field. And we want to get lime all across this one as well. See how fast... I mean, I really do like this spreader unit. It is quite cool. You do have to pay a fair chunk of money for the increased width on the spreader unit here. But it's not bad. It widens it from 12 meters up to 18 meters. So you've got that extra spreading width. And you can have this on both of them. You can have this on the small one and you can have it on the big one. They're both the same, though. You don't get any extra width on them or anything like that. They are both identical. But they work. They work really well. And I quite like it. I quite like spread. I like the lime anyway. It's a really cool feature. And the one thing I do particularly like about the lime is that it's not exactly the same as fertilizer. That was my first thing when they said, "Oh, now you've got to put lime on your fields." I just thought, "Oh, yeah, that's going to be exactly the same as the fertilizer, isn't it? You're just going to have a different bag and it's going to be different granules." This is not the same at all. It behaves completely differently. It's much bulkier. You've got the dust that is spread out on it. You've got to have a specialist spreading unit for it. I really like it. I really do like the lime thing on here. Somebody said last week in the comments that one thing they're a little bit disappointed with is the fact that we still don't have separate seed for separate plants. I'm with you on this one. I am. I think I may have even mentioned it last week. I think it would be really awesome if we could have separate seeds for the separate plants. And you'd actually have to, because we can empty the seeders now, it would make a lot more sense to have to get a pallet of wheat seed and a pallet of barley seed and so on and so forth. I really hope that is something that's added in later. Maybe someone will add that in as a mod anyway. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't. I've already seen some more mods coming in. There was a mod with, was it placeable water sources? I think that one wasn't that added? I don't think it's been added onto Mod Hub yet, but I've seen a mod somewhere. Oh, it might have been, it was the LS Mod Company, I think. Maybe. I don't know, but I've definitely seen one where there's placeable water. You put a pond, and it's just a pond that you can place down. You can edit the terrain around it as well. You place his pond down, and it also contains a water trigger as well. So you get to have a pond that you can put anywhere on your farm, and you can use it as a water source, so you can back your water tanker up to it, and so on and so forth, and use that as your water source for your animals. Right, I'm just going to press H on there a minute, and let that one use the hired help. We're not going to have enough to be able to finish this field, are we? Well, if we have a look, he's on 62% already, so he's doing well. He's doing a grand job up there. We're very pleased with his progress. What was I wanting? Oh, I wanted to have a look at the map. Down here, we want to see the lime. Right, needs lime. We've only got that little bit left there. Oh, and there was that little tiny bit there. We've got a couple of tiny, you can see, tiny little dots here and there on it, where there's a bit more needed. It's going to come all the way down there, and, yeah, okay. We'll have to do a little bit of a tidy up, but what you can do is you can empty this one out as well. The pallets of lime, they take 2,000 litres instead of 1,000 litres, and we could use that, put the... Ooh, now, how would we do it? I guess we just go and fill this one up, and then we'll dump the pallets wherever the pallets might need to be put. I'm going to stop it there. And I'm going to go... Now, I know that we've still got 800 litres in here, but we're going to go back up to the lime place, and we're going to get some more. Just top up again. And then, once we've done that, we can come back. Somebody tell me, in real life, because I've never put lime onto a field. I've never had... This is never something that I've ever had to do. In real life, is it something that you spread? I mean, I'm going by the quantity of dust and everything that is going around with it. I'm guessing you wouldn't spread it on a growing crop. I'm guessing this is something you spread onto a field and then incorporate it. So maybe before ploughing and then plough it in. or after cultivating before drilling or something like that. I have no idea. So if somebody could let me know, what is the normal procedure for putting lime on a field? I don't actually know. I like to keep things as realistic as I can when I'm doing this. Oops. Like that, see? Just like that. It's exactly like that. See, nice and realistic. Not watching what I'm doing. No. We've had mishaps. We've had mishaps on the rails before. We don't want another mishap on the rail. So, yeah, very realistic. If you're not paying attention to what you're doing, you could end up having a train smash into you. We don't want that. Not today. So, yeah, if anybody can let me know, what's the situation with spreading lime? How's the procedure done? I'd really appreciate a bit of insight into that, because I got no idea. I don't have a clue. I've never done it. And I've never seen it done either. I've never heard... I mean, I've heard that people spread lime on their fields, but that's about as far as it's got. I've just heard of people doing it, which doesn't give me a sort of... I don't have, like, a lot of insight into it, and I like to know how these things work. It does bug me when I don't know how they work. Right, let's just open you up there, and we'll start filling you up again. Why are you asking me what you want? There's already got lime in there. You're not going to let me put anything else in there, are you? Well, that one's filling up. Let's go and have a look over here. You are 1,200 litres left. And I reckon you are not very far on, 90%. I don't know if it's going to stop when it gets down to the other end of the field. It might. So we're going to want to go back to the dealership yet again. And we're going to want to, once we've gotten back to the dealership, load up with more fertilizer. And then be on our merry once more. Go on up to field 11, actually. It's the one that we sowed up there. That one's also got a nice big fertilizer job. That's going to be another chunk of money. We're going to be pushing $200,000 by that point, which means that we can then go and finish leveling out the area that we want for our cows, and we can maybe even get the cows installed. Before I go doing the leveling of the area, we want to finish doing this lime, and then we've got this other mod that I want to look at. I don't know if we're going to have time to actually look at it today, so we'll probably be doing that in tomorrow's episode rather than today's episode, but we'll wait and see. Yeah, I'm not actually sure at the moment. If I zoom in a bit, I'll actually be able to still see where I'm going with my tractor instead of driving off the edge like I did last time. That was a little bit embarrassing. Pay more attention to what I'm doing. The one thing I'm going to miss when we get started with our super hardcore series is that chain that we used quite a bit in the last one, the logging winch, where we had the winch on the back of the tractor. We lashed the tree to the winch, so we winched it off with the tractor, and we dragged it to the sell point, and then we cut the tree up. We chopped it all up after we had secured the tree and dragged it off. And we're not going to be able to do that this time. That's not going to be an option for us, at least not to start with. And I think I'm going to really miss it. I think I'm going to genuinely struggle with the fact that we don't have that mod available, because it means that we're going to have to do everything kind of old-fashioned with the... right, there's a little tiny bit there of lime that's still needed. I'm not going to worry about that bit. I'll just come back over here. We'll carry on with this. Yeah, that winch, that made such a difference, because we could cut the tree down and we could drag it over near the sell point, and it was so much easier being able to do it that way rather than having to sort of take it anywhere else. Right, let's start you up. Are you actually meeting in the middle? Are you spreading lime across that field properly? Ooh, I don't know. I don't know if that's actually doing it. 99% on there. It is doing it. Only just, but it's doing it, so that's fine. It's not doing it there. It's definitely missing a piece, isn't it? Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Contract on field 4 has finished. Go to you. Press H. Just stop. They don't want any more. They don't want any more. There's no point in overdoing it. Right, so we've got 869 litres left in this tractor, so we can go up to there. $20,300 right there. Thank you very much. We've got 18,000 on that one for fertilizing on field 11. What else we got? We got several baling quests. Several baling missions, contracts. It's not a quest. This is a simulator, not an RPG, so it's not a quest. I gotta stop calling them quests, because they're not actually quests at all. They are just missions, contracts. That's it, it's a contract. It's not a science fiction game, or like an army type game. It is just a simulator. So it's not a mission, it's not a quest, it's just a contract. That's all. We were just doing contracting. Okay, I'm going to stop you right there, because otherwise you're going to leave a piece, and I'm going to press H back here, right back in the corner, and then you'll go all the way up through, and you will actually do that properly. We're going to watch this one. We're going to keep an eye on this one, because we're not going to do very much lime spreading in the series, because you only have to do it every third crop, don't you? So it's something that we'll have a good look at it today, and we'll see what it's all about, and then we will stop. So I'm letting the hired help do that one once again. That one's going to run all the way up to the end, up to there, and then he's going to stop. Right, Helper E has completed their task. Very good, Helper E. We're very pleased with you. Give yourself a pat on the back. There is a strip that is missing all the way up through there. See, looking at this, it doesn't look like it's actually missing. It does look like it's all right. If you could stop your mad dash down across the hill, we would appreciate it. We would really appreciate it. Right, now if I go here, I can start that one up again, and I'll come down like that. Just fill in the back. There we go, and right, we're done. So I did ask you for some suggestions about the sort of thing you'd like to see me doing in our next live stream. For the most part, most of you sort of said, well, do whatever takes your fancy, and we'll take it from there. Some of you want to see a bit more contracting. So I don't really know. I might just sort of carry on with this one. I was considering starting the Super Hardcore series with live stream, but yeah, I don't think we will do that. We'll possibly be doing some of the Super Hardcore series in one of the live streams. It does depend. I know some people don't really like live streams. Some people don't particularly like watching live streams, and it's different watching a live stream that is not live any longer compared to watching normal gameplay. It's a very different type of video. So I don't know if the Hardcore series would do well sort of being continued in live stream or not. At the moment, I don't have any idea. So we got a big long strip there, but it's in the actual, on the map, it's not saying that there's anything missing. I'll fill in a little bit. We'll just put a little bit more snow on the map right there. Now, let's have a look. That's all done. We've got a tiny spot there. We've got a tiny spot. Let's go and get that tiny spot there. Otherwise, it's going to bug me. It will end up bugging me. There's a couple of other tiny spots which are so insignificant that they don't matter. Technically, this one is so insignificant that it doesn't matter either, but we're going to get it anyway, just because we're over here. So, there, let's get that one. That's done. We have now finished. So we can fold this one up. We've got 8,500 litres in here, which is going to be 4 pallets and then a bit of a pallet. So, yeah, 5 pallets. We're going to want to put 5 pallets somewhere. So where are we going to put them? Wherever I go to unload them, I mean, we can move them. We got pallet forks and stuff, but I just thought, well, if I do this a little bit smart, we might be able to just put these pallets down somewhere that's not completely in our way and not causing us a load of problems. So if I say bring them up here, I don't even know which side they empty out on. I'm hoping that it's kind of on the right-hand side, but we'll find out right now. Oh, there we go. Look at that. 5 pallets right there out on the right-hand side. Kind of probably in the way where they are. I did lease this machine. We could just return this one now, though. We're not going to need it again for quite a while. Yeah, let's do it. Let's just return this one. We have no actual use for it. I think we do need to unhitch it before we do anything, don't we? Have I got the indicator? I do. I have the indicator on. Right. We want to go to there. We want to go to garage. And we want to go to leased items there. And we're going to the Bredel K105, which does lime and fertilizer. And return. Yes? Okay, right. That one has been returned. We are finished with it. We've got narrow tyres on the tractor still. We can swap those over to standard tyres. And then we can... Actually, I think we can go off to the shop then. We can go and get the next bit. Next item on our agenda. I want standard tyres first, don't I? So let's just swap those over. We will go customize, and we've got rear twins, we got twin wheels, we got standards or wheel weights or wide tyres. We're just going to go with standard tyres. Just standard wheels on this one, just like that. We're not going to do anything else. Right. Grab you, start you up, and hitch that block on. Actually, I'm just going to switch that one off again. And then I'm going to go to you over here. And I'm going to run you back to the shop. Take this one back to the shop first, and we've got a part pallet there. I'll get 2 more pallets and load that up, and then this one can get up to field 11, is it? Hang on, there's the map. We get this one up to field 11, and we can start that contract job. That's going to take us up to over $200,000 in monies, which is really cool. And that will give us money so that in our next episode, we will actually be able to start, finish leveling out an area ready for cows. Even if we can't buy a pen for the cows, ideally what I'd like is to just go straight in and buy the big pen for the cows. I don't know if we're going to have enough money. I'm going to go for a big loan on this one, I think. We can sort of press things along a little bit then as well. Slightly frustrating not being able to teleport straight over to the dealership. Because we got the fertilizer in the fertilizer spinner, if we teleport, obviously we lose the whole lot. And we don't actually want to do that. So let's go here into our big bags, and we want that one right there. We want to buy 2 of these. 1 and 2. So that's going to give us about 3,000 litres of fertilizer all told. Let's bring this one over to here. And start you loading up there. Right. So we've got this other mod. A load of people suggested this mod and have asked me to use it. I'm going to try it out. I was not able to find this mod on... I looked on Mod Hoster. However, Mod Hoster's not working for me at all at the moment. There's some sort of bug with Mod Hoster, and it's just saying that it's completely virus-ridden. And normally, you can have a look at something that says, oh, this website is dodgy, but then you click on something and it lets you go there anyway. Well, now I've not even got that option. It's just not letting me go there. It's just saying there's absolutely no way you are allowed to visit this website. It's not happening. You're not going there at all. This one is completely out of bounds. So I cannot get onto Mod Hoster at the moment. It might just be because I'm using Microsoft Edge. A lot of people tell me I shouldn't use Microsoft Edge, but I really like it. I get on really well with Microsoft Edge. It's really good. It works for most things that I want. Chrome is good, but it doesn't... I don't know, it doesn't sort of work for me as well as Edge does for some reason. I don't get on with it quite as well. I mean, a lot of it is down to personal preferences, I think, but it seems to be that... I mean, I was used to use the other one, Internet Explorer. I've always used Internet Explorer. I used Chrome for a little while, but again, I didn't get on with it all that well, and I preferred Internet Explorer. Edge, I thought, is much better. It does perform really well. It lets me do what I want, save all the bits that I want to save, and so on and so forth. But sometimes you tell people that, oh yeah, I use Microsoft Edge, and they look at you like you've just grown an extra arm out of the middle of your head or something. It's really strange. People really do love to hate that particular program, and I'm not entirely sure why, because I've not really had any issues with it. Very, very occasionally I have an issue with it, like with compatibility with some things on YouTube. Obviously YouTube is owned by Google, so their priority is to make sure that it works with Chrome, and so not everything is going to be compatible with Google and Microsoft Edge. Not everything's going to be compatible with YouTube and Microsoft Edge, and because Google are busy making sure that it works with Chrome and sort of kind of dismissing everything else, which, yeah, I can kind of understand that. They don't want to help the competition too much, but at the same time, it's not actually held me back. But it might just be that Mod Hoster is being a bit funny because of Edge, in which case I'll have to fire up Krone or something. But anyway, that whole random side story aside, that doesn't really have any bearing whatsoever on anything else I'm talking about, is I have not been able to find the link to this mod that I want to use anywhere other than well, a couple of people have given me a link, but it's all the same link, and in order to be able to download the mod I had to go through one of those external websites that I absolutely hate, and it tried to tell me 4 times that my Adobe software is completely out of date and that my computer is in serious danger unless I update immediately. It also told me that, well, actually, it wasn't all 4 of those. One of them was that Java was out of date and my computer was being hacked as we speak, and I needed to desperately click on the Update Now link in order to be able to save everything and save my files and all the rest of it. And this is why I hate these sites, because not everybody knows that this is just nonsense and you just ignore it all, right? I know that that is complete and total bunkum. It's total rubbish, and just ignore it and click on the next, you carry on and you do things how you're supposed to do things. I do like that it's gone all the way up there so that it will actually properly get to the end of the piece here instead of leaving a big triangle unfertilized. That's actually really cool. I'm very impressed with that. I am very impressed with that. That is really good. So yeah, I'm spreading a whole load of fertilizer onto the neighbor's field right now, but hey, he'll take it as a bonus. He'll be pleased. He'll get some extra fertilizer. So yeah, it's I have had to put one of those links in for it, which I did not want to do. That was not something I wanted to do at all, and so I do apologize for having to do that, but I had no choice. So I'm going to bring this one back over here. We're going to get this little trailer hooked on again, because we don't yet have an auto load for pallets, which is something that I would like. And the one that we're going to be looking at, or getting, or at least we're going up there just to take a preliminary look at the moment, is the egg pallet auto load. Not auto, yeah, well it is. It's the egg pallet auto loader. It's a pallet that is an auto loader for the eggs. Right, it works slightly different to what I thought it would. I haven't tested it at all, but I've got the latest version. It's 1.02. The other website that I talked about that does direct downloads, they've got this one, but they've only got version 1, not version 1.02. And there was an update because there were some issues with it, and so I'm hoping that the latest version of it is actually going to work all right. We'll find out in our next episode whether or not it works properly. So you have this pallet. You got to buy it. It's quite cheap to buy. And then you take it and it auto loads, I think it was 2,000 litres of eggs. So there's a set number of boxes. I can't remember exactly what the number of boxes is. And then once you've loaded all of those up, you then take this pallet to the sell point and it sells all of it. So it sells the pallet as well. So you've got to pay for the pallet. It is cheap. But I quite like this idea. You've got to pay for a big egg cage to be able to use that to bulk move your eggs. So you do have to pay for the privilege of being able to do this. It's not just an instant load it all up and off you trot. Nope, you've actually got to put in, you do actually have to invest a little bit into it. So we go into here. It should be under pallets, I think. There we go. Oh, that's new. What's this one from? Oh, I know what that one's from. That's the other mod that I got. We'll have a look at that egg one in a sec, because I want to show you this. Big bags. I forgot about these. These are the big bags. These are actually on the standard, these are on Mod Host, on the Mod Hub. These are on the Mod Hub, these are. 2,000 litre bags. You got 2,000 litres there, 2,000, and this one's got 4,000 litres. So you got those, but you've also got a hook that goes with them. I don't know where the hook is. Is that under miscellaneous? Yes, there we go. You got a hook right there. You got a lizard tool here. X format tool with strappening belt for lizard 1300 XL. What's for that one? Wait a minute. Does that mean I can pick up 4 bags with this bad boy? Is that seriously what they... Am I allowed to pick up 4 bags with that one? X format tool. That one there. Big bag lifter. I think this one will pick up 4. But we got to have a look at this. We got to have a look at this. But we're not looking at that at the moment. So tomorrow we might spend a bit of time playing with all kinds of stuff. With all kinds of bags now. But anyway, it's the egg pallet that I want right now. So I'm going to take that one there. 2,400 litres this one takes. $25 this one is. There, $25. So I'm actually going to buy 2 of these. Because I can. We'll take that one like that. There. So here's these pallets. They're empty at the moment. There's nothing in them right now. Now, I don't know how these work. I have no idea how these work. I don't know if you can load them while they're on a trailer or if you've actually got to physically lift them down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that first so that we can see if there's any controls. And then we'll lower you down in like that. I'll just alter you around a little bit. If I straighten it up just a bit. There, we can try and put that one into the middle. There, right. Now, pick that one up. It's not doing any. I don't know if it maybe... Does it auto-load it then? Not sure how this works. I have no clue. This is all strange and foreign stuff to me. So, it's not doing anything different. It's not doing anything at all there at the moment. But we'll put that one onto there. Like that. And... then we'll come out. So, yeah, I was talking about the pallets the other day, and normally, I mean, in this game, if you put these pallets on, like this looks like Euro pallets here. And if you put these on this way round, they meet across the bed of the trailer. Now, Euro pallets, normally, it would be the other way. You'd turn them round, and you'd put them long ways on in order for them to meet across the bed. With the UK pallets, and I think the US ones are the same size, the same measurements. I think what is it? It's 1,000 by 1,200 or something like that. And then the Euro pallets are 1,200 by 600 or 1,200 by 800. And basically, instead of it going this way round, you put them long ways on. But you do the same with the UK pallets as well. You put those long ways on in order to be able to fit across, in order to be able to fit across the bed of the trailer. And if you put them wide ways on, there's a gap in between them, and you don't want that. You want to be able to squeeze them up as much as you can, so you do actually turn them round, and you go from the end, but you do that with the UK ones as well. Right, hand tool. So there's nothing here. I'm thinking that these pallets actually auto-load the eggs. Like, complete auto-load. You just take the pallet near the eggs, and it auto-loads them. And loads them straight in. So, I don't actually know about that. We'll get these... We'll start driving back, but we've kind of run out of time for today's episode. So, what I'll do is I'll start driving back with these 2 egg pallets, and we'll see how they work out. In tomorrow's episode, we are going to just see how these things work. We'll be fast-forwarding through the night because it's getting late anyway, so we'll have, hopefully, some more eggs that we can play around with. If this works well, then we've got what we need in order to be able to do our big expansion, right? I want a big expansion for, like, getting loads of chickens. I thought getting loads of chickens would be really awesome. If we could have a load of chickens on our farm, we could be egg farmers. That would kind of be the primary production thing. I do want to get the cows, and I want to get the cow area as well. So I may very well in the next episode completely max out the loan, and we'll start working on that. I might hold that until we do the live stream this weekend. I might do the whole maxing out the loan this weekend. We'll wait and see. I want to have a look at those big bag mods as well, and see what we can do with that and play around with it. That is one that's on the mod hub, so it'll be available to a lot of you. I don't know if it's available at the moment on consoles or not, but yeah, wait a minute. Why? Unload here. Why is it going unload here? What's just happened? I just had an unload here symbol. What was that all about? Anybody know? That's very strange. I don't have anything loaded. Maybe it's something to do with the pallets? Why are you unloading? Have I gone past some eggs or something that I missed? Left control I. It's allowing me to unload here. It's telling me that I can unload here. Take the straps off. I'll remove the tension straps a minute. Let me see. There. Stop unloading. I don't know what that's all about. Might be something to do with the sign. It might just be something on the map that's a bit random. It might be confused with this particular trailer, because this trailer is a tipper, and we've taken the sides off, so it's kind of got that thing with it, and it might just be a little bit confused and confuddled about how it's supposed to work properly. Not really sure. So what I will do is we will save and exit the game right here. I'm going to leave that one there. I'm going to take the straps off. I'm going to leave it like that. It's still got the unload here bit, but we're going to leave that. I'm going to leave it like that. So we'll see what it's like when we come back into the game next time. I'm just going to go and check on this one. He's doing fine, but he's got a fair bit to go. He's 61%. So we'll leave that one for a minute. I wanted to have a look down here. Oh, both the daily riding, we got both of those at 100%. That's also good. Okay, so if you've enjoyed the episode, then please hit down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.